Malaysian prosecutors have wrapped up the first corruption case against former Prime Minister Najib Razak, paving the way for the start of his main trial on 1MDB to begin tomorrow. And although the judge will only hand down his judgment on SRC International in November, both the prosecution and defense say they are confident the judge will rule in their favour. Melissa Go with the details from the KL High Court.
It's the first of a series of corruption trials against ex-Prime Minister Najib Razak. All in, it took the prosecution 57 days to present its case. 57 witnesses were called to testify against the ex-Prime Minister for money laundering and abuse of power. Now, some $10 million or 42 million ringgit, prosecution said, found in Mr. Najib's bank accounts were allegedly misappropriated from a former unit of 1MDB SRC International. But the defense argued that Najib has no knowledge of all the money transfers. They blame businessman Joe Low and former CEO Nick Faisal Arif Kamil as culprits behind the scam instead. Now, speaking after the case ended, lead prosecutor Sitambaram believed that they have adduced enough evidence to show otherwise.
We are confident that we have proved a prima facie case which warrants the accused, in this case Dato Sri Najib, to answer the charges levelled against him by the prosecution.
Now, Justice Muhammad Nazlan will deliver his judgment on November 11th after hearing oral submissions from both sides in October. Now, Najib's lawyer Shafi Abdullah meanwhile has made a series of complaints from non-stop back-to-back trials against his client to the uncomfortable wooden bench he said has given his client a headache.
He's not been found guilty. Why are you already punishing him? So it is not just unfair to him, it's also unfair to the defense team. So it will go into the issue of whether in the overall scheme of things, whether this is a fair trial.
Now, speaking to the media outside the courtroom, ex-Prime Minister Najib is determined to clear his name. The court was told that Deputy Public Prosecutor Kevin Marias, who was murdered, was not involved in a probe on SRC International, contrary to what some had claimed.
I am relieved that it's been confirmed that he did not participate in the investigation of SRC at all. So all the wild allegations that link to Kevin Marias is total nonsense.
Now, he faces another 25 criminal charges on Wednesday involving a much bigger amount of 2.3 billion ringgit. That's over $500 million, which he allegedly misappropriated from state fund 1MDB. Now, the prosecution, led by former judge Gopal Sriram, will read out the opening statement, and 6 witnesses have been lined up on the first day itself. Melissa Go, CNA, Kuala Lumpur.